For some of you, you've already been welcomed by me 3 times already since last night, but there are others who are here for the first time, and as I said, that amongst the audience are people from Jamestown, they are the artists, and they are going to be recognized tonight by the president of the Society of Animal Artists, an artist in his own right, Mr. Joseph Vance Jr. And I hope that you will give him your attention, because what he has to say and what he has to do is very important. So with that, I invite you to give your quiet attention to Mr. Joe Vance Jr. Joe?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I do anything else, second annual exhibition. And for all of the efforts and for accommodating our artists for the duration of this event. From all of us artists, thank you very much. This is truly impressive. I also very briefly want to thank David and Kay Wagner. Much of the inspiration for what's happening here this week is from David and Kay. David and Kay, if you're in the audience, just sort of stick up your hands. And again, thank you two very much for everything you see around you tonight. Much of what we do actually is focused in our annual exhibition. And for those of you who don't know too much about the Society, I'd like to take just a couple of seconds to tell you who we are and what we do. The Society was founded 32 years ago by 8 painters and sculptors. And their basic aim was very simple at first. It was a society of fellowship. They had mutual interests. They were people who depicted the kind of creatures you see around you tonight. And those 8 people got together to share those interests. 32 years later, with the coming of age of animal art, we've grown just a bit. And we are now an organization of 230 members from 4 continents. The original purpose of fellowship is still there, but our primary goal now is the development of animal art as a contemporary fine art form and the fostering of the highest levels of artistic standards for the field. And our efforts, of course, are focused on bringing this art to as many people across the United States as we can, and if we're lucky in the very near future, overseas as well. But if the artists here tonight would raise your hands, I would appreciate it. Will all the artists here tonight raise your hands? Now that people can see who you are, let me say that those of us who assemble this exhibition every year, the highest levels of creative achievement in the field of animal art, the Society seeks out each year a panel of jurors with outstanding credentials from across the United States. These jurors select the recipients of our awards from the art displayed at each annual exhibition, from the art you see around you this evening. Briefly, I'm going to outline the award structure, and then I'll introduce our distinguished jurors who will make the actual presentation. Those works of art in the exhibit, which they truly believe reflect the highest levels of creative and artistic achievement. It's up to the judges to determine how many awards are merited each year. There's no category such as best painting, best sculpture, nor is there any ranks such as first, second, or third. Each receive a bronze medal, a certificate, and this year each winner also gets a check for $1,500. I'd like to mention here, by the way, that the cash pool for the awards of merit were donated by 3 outstanding organizations who have a very long commitment to the field of animal art and to maintaining the highest levels of integrity in that field. I know the representatives of 2 of those groups are here tonight, and I see Ken Modulewski. Ken, Ken from Mill Pond Press, who is a major under awards, a limited print production award, the Elliott Liskin Memorial Award for Representational Sculpture donated by Mrs. Elliott Liskin, and the Liskin Memorial Award for Representational Painting, donated by Carla and Stephen Liskin, the Donald R. Miller Memorial Award for Interpretive Sculpture, and the Leonard J. Meiselman. It is not a memorial award, and I think Len is here this evening, for representational art. But by the way, I think I better explain something. This is the medal of honor that the Award of Excellence winners get. For those winners who are here this evening, I really better explain this. This paper foil disc is only a facsimile. I explain that every year. I remember their names, but I want to get all of their credentials right. I'm going to read them in alphabetical order. The jurors are up front, and if they would stand as I read their name, I'd appreciate it. First, Howard P. Brokaw. Howard is a trustee of the Tory Peterson Institute of Natural History. Howard. And Howard was director of the Philadelphia Academy when we had our show there. Bill Museum of Natural History. Without further delay, let me introduce Douglas Lewis, who will make the award presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the prizes for the awards offered by the jury tonight are the following. For the Representational Art Award, James Landenberger's Don't Tread on Me, Rattlesnake. For the Interpretative Sculpture Award, Patrick Brenner's Tiger Beetle. For the Liskin Representational Painting Award, Sue Weston's In the Tracks of Man, a Willet. And for the Liskin Representational Sculpture Award, Eric Berg's Study for Green Sea Turtle. Coming then to the Awards of Excellence, of which we decided this year to award 8. I'll read the artists of that distinction in alphabetical order. Chris Bacon for the snakebird Aninga. Dan Dominguez. Anne Faust, El Cuzingo, Arasari. Bob Kuhn, Cool Water, Another Cougar. Joan Hagen Ross, River Runners, Moon Eyes. And Lindsay Scott, Threatening Skies, African Elephant. Congratulations.